Welcome to Fantasia The Talkshow. This is a YouTube exclusive with The Deeper You Dig and the three filmmakers, Toby Poser, John Adams, and Zelda Adams. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Justine.
Your film is super exciting and we're super happy to have it at the festival. It's like do-it-yourself, small, horrifying, and very haunting movie. I know you guys have talked about it before, but maybe you could elaborate a little bit on exactly where this story comes from, like on a level of like instinct, or why it was a story that was important to tell for you.
I think that historically we love making features about families, which obviously we are, but we like telling stories about very atypical, unusual, unconventional families. And this took it a step further, asking the question, well, how far can someone's love go? Could a mother actually love her daughter's murderer if that murder happened to be embodied by the daughter? We thought that was just a trippy question, and one that I was challenged to answer.
And I mean, this is your first horror movie as well, right? I mean, as a feature. So what was it about this story that you felt was best told maybe through genre or through the element of trying to scare people or trying to go through the fear that you're experiencing as well?
Well, I think one of the cool things about making this movie as a horror movie was that we got to explore the 7 stages of grief. And so we got to employ what horror fans allow movie makers to do, which is to get kind of fantastic and kind of otherworldly. And it was a great way to do that instead of like with a drama where you have to stick in the confines of reality.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the most incredible parts is these elaborate and very unusual dream sequences. Like, where are you drawing from to get that, like these images of like inspired by tarot, with clowns, with these almost giant wells that are kind of going into the abyss of like the unconscious or the underground almost?
Well, first of all, it was a lot of fun. I think the 7 circles gave us license to go out on strange artistic limbs that we hadn't explored before, but also emotionally, they really helped drive the story. They had lots of purposes, one being karmic, the other just to drive the sequence of events to get towards the character Ivy's revelation of her daughter's disappearance. Anyone else want to add anything?
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of the things as well is like you guys are a family and you're working as a family, you're starring as a family, like you're doing everything. How does that work like on a day like you're going to be shooting a scene? Who takes charge, or you guys kind of share in that responsibility?
It's definitely an advantage being a family and working together because we'll just be living everyday life, but we're together, and tomorrow we know that we need to film an important scene, or we'll be going over ideas together on the drive to soccer practice. So it's perfect, and we fit together like a puzzle piece.
And I find it really exciting too that whenever you guys talk about the film and kind of how you're putting it together, like this evolution from one project to the next, what was something that before you started to make this film that was maybe a personal challenge for you as individuals or as a family to kind of take things to the next level?
Toby got cancer. And I think a lot of this movie reflects like that, you know, loss and searching and succeeding, but with a big scar.
Well, it's something that I think nobody would really know watching it, but for me as a writer, it really sweetened, if you want to say, in the most sinister way, the personalization of my writing. Just as someone who was losing something reproductive-wise, and correlated to the story of a mother losing her daughter and how to refine my mojo, refine my actual daughter. It personalized my writing and made it emotionally, I think, more keen.
Did it help offer closure maybe as well, or?
Sure. And it also distracted me. It was a cool thing to have a challenge like that to work on, so I wasn't stuck in my head.
And I mean, what's so interesting about the movie too, which is a luxury of being able to do that in your backyard, is this kind of cyclical nature as well. Like, you do go through the 4 seasons quite literally, and I mean, you guys are from the Catskills, and so you have those 4 seasons, like a bit the way we do here in Montreal, that are so starkly different. Did the seasons themselves maybe impact your approach or your investment in the film? I also imagine maybe in summer you have more time or less time, I don't know.
Yeah, well, definitely the seasons create a great imagery, and I think it definitely shows up on screen because it creates many different moods, and it kind of helps create a spook factor, and I really like that. And it just puts me in the mind frame of like, okay, we're in winter, it's spooky out. It helps.
And I mean, you guys this is your 5th feature, and I know that you're working on a lot of other things. What do you hope when people see this movie that they kind of take away with?
Ooh, that's good. That's good. We hope they enjoy the entertainment value of it, and we also hope that they can enjoy, like, the metaphor that we are having fun with about, you know, what guilt does to you, what grief does to you, and in a way, what like the child goes through, which is like, I'm not done, and I am not done. You know? Yeah. She is not a victim.
That's great. Thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here at the studio, but also at the festival. Thank you again, and yeah.
We only need to thank you.
Justine. And Fantasia.
Yeah, Fantasia.
Immensely.
Great.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
The fact that we're at Fantasia makes my heart melt. Like, it's so exciting, and I'm so happy right now.
This was our 5th feature, and it is something that is really cool. I love knowing that there are 3 women who've been doing this since they were 6 and 11.
Amazing that this happened, that we got to do a piece of art together, and that you guys like appreciated it enough and wrote us, and wow, it's kind of makes me a little speechless.